So, that was a bitter disappointment. In Viennese dialect, like Anna in die Goschen.
Gelassenheit, an Vertrauen. Die kleinen Dinge machen es schön. Auch wenn sie schnell vergehen. Es ist gut, Menschen lachen zu sehen.
Good morning, everyone. This time I'm even on camera, still at the Imola racetrack, at the back of the paddock, so to speak. Greetings to the girls, hello to the boys. Between the building and over there, we can already see part of the racetrack. Yes, at some point you need water again, drinking water. And what could be better than getting this golden liquid from Aqua Minerale, which even has a curve named after it. According to Organic Maps, the free app I use, it's still 170 meters away. Now maybe only 150 meters, and I hope I get actually Aqua Minerale there.
Kaltes, kaltes, kaltes. Wasser, kaltes, 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 klares Wasser. Kaltes, kalt und klar, kaltes, klares Wasser. Kaltes.
So, now we have coffee made with water from a spring that a curve is named after. Yeah, that a curve is named after on a very famous racetrack. It could almost be ironic that this will be the best coffee ever, cause Italian ground, Italian coffee maker, water from a curve or from a spring that a curve is named after on a racetrack. If anyone thinks they know how it could be better, please leave a comment. What better? Now it's going to dazzle. On the one hand, I've set up the camera over there and I enjoy the sunrise. I hope you can see it and that it's not completely blinding you. And all the electronic stuff is doing what it's supposed to do, namely exposing and correcting probably and what the hell else. That's how I start the day. Today is a very important day. MX at Dovi. Yeah, I'll just drink my coffee, maybe I'll have a second one, and then I'll pack up and head to the racetrack. So, in the meantime, training has started in Imola, or maybe qualifying, warm-up. They are supposed to be running 3 races this weekend in some classes. I'm riding into Imola town for a bit. Then it's off to Dovizioso MX. It's not too far from Imola. Maybe 20-25 kilometers, fingers crossed. Well, at least there's a bit more activity at the Dovi of 4 motocross track today. There are already quite a few people riding there. I assume that's where you register on the right. Let's take a look. Whether to go on recording or not, I can't say. Maybe I'll leave it for now and find out what it's like there first. So, that was a bitter disappointment. In Viennese dialect, like Anna in die Goschen. Because in Italy, you actually need a license to practice on motocross tracks. An FMI license, probably an Austrian license from the former OSK, would also work. But yes, so on. At official motocross tracks in Italy, it's not possible to come here and do your laps. Get a license because the Swiss need a bit of money too. It shouldn't be free to train. Renting the track costs money anyway. For the insurance, a gentleman explained to me that's the reason. At home, you sign a disclaimer and that's it. There's training there right now. Looks more like ski jumping to me. Steady stand, not bad. Ah, there is the gentleman from yesterday. There he is. I ask him again if he can do anything for me. After seeing the gentleman I chatted with on Thursday again, he confirmed this once more. Bye, mille grazie. He confirmed to me once again that in Italy you need license. Yeah. Deeply offended, or rather deeply disappointed, I right away and showing the Italians whose boss was just not going to happen. No joking, it's just the different countries that have different customs. From next year, day license with a medical certificate and you are fine. I'm just going to ride to the main road, then I'll think about what to do next. The plan was to ride around the MX track today and then head back to Imola, camp for free, and maybe even find a shower somewhere in time. Maybe I'll ride back to Imola anyway and just watch the training sessions. It's boring in the broadest sense, if anything, than riding yourself. But I'll think about it and then you will be first to know what's going on to happen. I've come up with a plan in the meantime. It looks like this. I'm now riding from the east coast to the west coast. Von Osten nach Westen. Sorry for the German. But I have been on a really nice stretch of road the whole way. Hardly traffic. Really nice winding roads. I had my eye on the lads in front of me for a while. And that's some village in Italy now. We are already in the next province. Of course, I don't know which one. How could I? There's a whole crowd there again. I hope I'm riding in the right direction because I haven't looked at the sat-nav. In any case, I'm heading for the west coast now. Maybe there will be a sunset over the sea on the east coast. I haven't been to the sea in Caorle and Misano. I know what it's like. It's wet and salty. Now we are crossing another pass, currently at altitude of 1030 meters. When riding uphill, really beautiful 180-degree hairpins. You can still lean in nicely even with the MOTOZ Adventure tires I have on, which have already done about 15,000 kilometers. Sufficient grip. You can also open up throttle because 25 horsepower or maybe even 26 horsepower stress the rear rubber. This means there is no chance of spinning out or feeling scared. It almost has advantages, so you can open up throttle boldly where you wouldn't normally leave it closed with reasonable power. You have to get used to it, that it is possible. But apart from that, once you've got the hang of it, it's great. Yes, the asphalt grip on this old Adventure MOTOZ MOTOZ Adventure is really, really good. Of course, I haven't only ridden it on asphalt, but I have ridden it quite a lot because I took it to England on the way there, where I rode on the motorway and then back on the French TED. Back then, through the vineyards where the champagne bottles are filled with the fine wine. It was a lovely ride. Other than that, I think I was in Hungary a few times, Ted, and I was in Romania once with it. It's a really cool tire, especially if you're unlucky enough to have a flat tire here and there. Because it rolls really smoothly and easily off the rim and back on again when you have to take out the tube if you are still riding with tubes. It's almost fun to have a flat tire with these tires. And also inflating them by hand with a bicycle pump, or are there also motorcycle hand pumps? Well, in any case, that works too. It almost glides along as if it has the tire lubricant from the tire fitting somehow worked into the rubber. I'm now riding everything standing so that you can see a bit more of this beautiful winding road. And I'm taking my time. Yes, my riding and talking at the same time isn't so good at higher speeds. I prefer to ride slowly now. That's why you can see more of this beautiful area and route, whatever. In any case, back to the MOTOZ, which is a dream off-road if you don't take it too seriously. And even more importantly, on this light moped, like mine, which has already clocked up 15,000 kilometers and still no steel mesh in sight. What else there to say? I believe it has 14.5 millimeters on the back, on the rear tire, and I don't think there are many other manufacturers who put so much rubber tread on a road tire. That's why it lasts so long. The other thing, which is not so positive, but nothing comes from nothing, is its weight. In my size, 120, 1980, 9018, it weighs 6,300 and a few crushed grams. Alternatives in this term of size weighs about 5.5 kilograms. That's a bit more, so it's a bit less. However, all of these others are missing, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 millimeters of rubber. So this extra weight is also reduced at some point. Then you start and you are where you start with another one when it's new in terms of tread depth. The front wheel, yeah, I've pumped it up quite hard for riding on concrete to almost 2.5 bar. Nevertheless, the tire grips the asphalt in Italy really well. I think these are the Abruzzo, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. Now a moped is coming up behind me. And I'm going to get pretty close to it. Now it's passing me.
Jetzt kommt er von da.
Yeah, it's bouncing around quite a bit because it's already quite angular. But with a little more speed, you don't feel it anymore. It's more that you really notice it when rolling up to the traffic light. Or maybe poorly mounted. No, I don't think so. It goes up and down really easily. The Australians somehow found a special rubber compound that makes it slide onto the rim bed easily. No, the rim bed is the one in the middle. What's the name of the outer edge where the tire is supposed to be solidified? I'll probably find out somehow. Maybe I know, but I can't remember right now. It's not that important anyway. Well, that shows how to turn in a scooter. Awesome. Yes, as I said, it's a really recommendable route. That looks like another 180 or at least a tight hairpin. Yeah, and that's in standing up. The moped itself is really easy to steer. You just put your weight on the footrest, depending on which direction you're going. If you push to the left, it will turn left. If you push it to the right, it will turn right. Maybe not hang off like with a racing machine, but more like pushing it in. And it rides really, really nice actually here. Yeah. Next tight hairpin, great. Yeah, I've of course already used alternative tires on this Light and Adventure. On the one hand, the Michelin Tracker, which I now also have with me, the rest of which is still on the tread. On the other hand, the original D605 that came with the bike was also used on the TED once. It works quite well in principle as long as it's not getting wet or muddy. When it's rocky or solid earth, so to speak, they work quite well, adequate. And let's see if it's already there with the car. And we have the next hairpin bend. I'll film how you actually do it with the viewing technique. That was a Suzuki called DR something or other. Other tires on the KLX 250 300, which I've already ridden. Otherwise, no, it was those three. And on a KLX 250 from the 90s with a Kickstarter and carburetor, I once had a ... Sahara, it is the name. I don't know the brand, Pirelli or something else. But I didn't really ride it much and only used it to make the road unsafe. Yeah, we're coming down there. Now we're already at 650 meters above sea level. You can feel it too. It's a bit warmer again, although it wasn't cold at all at the top. Just pleasantly cool for me. Other people feel differently. Another beautiful corner. You can do that if you feel like it, right in both directions. If you don't have another destination in Italy, it wouldn't be a mistake. Yeah, so much for this tiresome tire issue or this never-ending story. Sorry, this niemals endende Geschichte of choosing the right tires. The front Adventure MOTOZ, no, it's called MOTOZ Adventure. MOTOZ is the brand, Adventure the model. It's no longer available from the manufacturer. You can still find it here and there. They obviously replaced it with a one called Dual Venture or Dual Sport, I don't think. Or there is an even more aggressive one, Adventure tire. They call it RALS. It's supposed to be somehow 70-30. That would be an opinion for real long distance travel with a light moped, which, as you can see, obviously keep tire wear lower than any 790, 700, 1000 or 1200 adventure motorcycles, which, when ridden vigorously off-road or when the throttle is not controlled, will probably wear down the tires quite quickly. Now we have a super nice tight corner in this direction. Wow. I'm thrilled by these main roads or better small roads. And since it didn't work out with Mr. Dovizioso, so I have little bit of my supermoto time now. Grinding asphalt isn't a bad thing either. So, that's my tire report for now. If I think of anything else, I'll be back. Or maybe another time, when I think of something, I'll just edit it together as if I'd say all at once, and you won't even notice that it was actually recorded on different days or something. So then, maybe we'll continue on the west coast, where I'm on my way to right now, because the east, there was the sunrise, but sunset over the sea is definitely more beautiful than sunrise over the sea. Now I'm going to sit back down and enjoy the last few meters of the pass road and push myself again as hard as I can. Bye. Rode back into the mountains, now at 500 meters above sea level after already being at 250 and something. There is a campsite on the OpenStreetMap I'll take a look at. Maybe it's nice, I'll stay there, otherwise I can ride on. Now, you can see that a good vehicle with road to get there. Of course, there's not much going on there either. It's really enjoyable to push moped up there, because there are some really tight hairpins that actually worked quite well with this Kawasaki Adventure bike. It shouldn't be too far now. What does the sat-nav say? 3.4 kilometer. Then I will have reached it. The stage destination or the intermediate destination, depending on what it turns out to be. That's what the mountain roads look like. We'll turn left, that's good, along the bike route.
Quasi prendo il treno e vengo da te, ma il treno dei desideri, nei miei pensieri all'incontrario.
That's what I call my bike since ever, because Arturo is light blue in Italian. Italy is the moped country par excellence, especially because of racing. Nowadays maybe Spain is more. But yeah, Arturo, light blue, my favorite color. That's the name of the moped.